Hello there. Welcome to Techy Tuesday on the last Tuesday of October. I am excited to see you and really happy that you have come to check out some of the techie stuff that we're going to share today. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I would certainly appreciate it. And so let's go ahead and dive right in. Let me hide myself and we'll go to my display capture and we'll pop right over here to my dashboard. Sorry. So I had a subscriber last month. I think she's a subscriber. I don't know for sure, but I had a woman last month after this month's live Techie Tuesday, which of course is the first Tuesday of the month. She asked some questions afterwards and wanted a few lessons on a few different things. And so one of the questions that she asked was, how do you add the watermark onto your screen, onto your videos when you're doing them? So we're going to cover that first, and then we're going to look quickly at how to make a thumbnail, even though I already have a video about that. We're going to look at that really quickly, and then we're going to look at how to add an end screen, because those were the three questions that she asked, and so we're going to cover them. Marcia, this one is for you. So let's get to it. Where are we here? Okay, so we're on our dashboard and we're going to go down here to our channel customization. And once we're there, so here's where you set up your front page and stuff is on here. Set up your trailers and featured videos and stuff like that. But we're going to go to the branding tab. We're going to come down here to the bottom. So this is where you're going to put your logo and your banner. And here's where you can put the video watermark. Now you can set it at a custom start time. You can have it on the entire video. I just have mine display at the end of the video. You can change it, you can remove it, you can do what you want with it. But anyway, that is where that is for that video watermark, is just under your customization and then under branding. And then you also, let's just look at it really quick while we're here. We have the basic information. And this is what shows up on your About page, if you are wondering where to find that. But anyway, let's go over here to my content. Now I have a video that I have uploaded, but I haven't finalized it yet. I haven't added a thumbnail to it yet, and I haven't added an end screen to it yet. So that's what I'm going to do here, is add that. Now, one thing I want to talk about for a minute is Tubebuddy. Now, if you don't have Tubebuddy, it can be free, and well, it is free. You can upgrade if you don't want to use the free version. I still use the free version. But it is a fantastic tool that, one, lets you make super simple, easy thumbnails for all your videos. It also helps with search engine optimization, SEO, as they call it. And there's some other things that you can do with it as well. But for today, so one thing, if you haven't watched my video on Tubebuddy and you don't have it installed yet, you'll want to pause here and go back and watch that. It's in my Techy Tuesday playlist, and I believe it's titled Basics of Tubebuddy or something similar to that. And go and watch that, and that'll show you how to get it installed and get it ready. So get it installed and get it ready, and then you'll have this little Tubebuddy. Now I'm not going to worry about these tools here. I'm going to scroll down. Now this should be familiar to you. This is where you're uploading, and my video has finished uploading, but here's my description. Here's where I can create a thumbnail now. So before I could only upload a thumbnail, but now that I've got Tubebuddy here, I can go ahead and create a thumbnail. I'm not going to say that Tubebuddy is the very best program that you can use for creating a thumbnail. However, it is quick, it is easy, and it is free. So if that's what you want, I use it a lot for making my thumbnails because time is precious. But there are Photopea is another tool that I do Techy Tuesday lessons on, and it is another tool that is fantastic for making thumbnails and banners and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, here we are in Tubebuddy, and so we can have an image or an existing thumbnail. We can use a solid color, or we can choose a still frame from the video. I generally go with a still frame from the video and try to find some place where I'm smiling or not looking like
my friends. How are you
miserable
today?
person. And turn the volume down on that. And here, up here, I know that I have just some white screen. Let's actually go a little further, because I know how I have this. And so I'm going to go ahead and select this spot. You can pause it. You can also adjust your frames here. But I'm going to leave it there. And you can see it shows some of my other thumbnails. But you can close that if you want to see. And then we're going to hit continue. So here now is we're going to add a title and some text to our thumbnail so that people who are looking at the thumbnails know what our video is about, right? So we're going to go ahead. This one is Bible for Beginners. And I usually use that font. And I use this color. Oh, must have that on. Had my num lock on. Anyway, let's hit choose there. I'll change my color. I like on this one to have, ooh, I'm going to go with a white background. I'm going to make it bold and center it. And then I'm going to click on add layer. There we go. Bible for Beginners. Now, I don't know, maybe that'll look better with a black outline. So let's try it. Ooh, no, I don't like that. We'll stick with the white. Well, maybe we'll just make it not bold. There, I like that. Okay, so I'm actually going to add a secondary text. And we're going to call it, oops, yeah, block, reading Grace Notes with Lorrie. And okay, so I'm going to use the same font. I am going to make it smaller. So I'm going to go down to a large. I'm not going to have a bold again. I will center it again, and I will give it a white. I might not even give it an outline this time. Let's just see how that looks. Now you can see it set it right over top, so I need to grab a hold of it and move it, and it's a little big, so I need to resize the box. Now when you hover over these corners and these little boxes, you can see they turn into double-sided arrows. When it's a four-sided arrow like this, that means that I can move it. But when it then becomes a two-sided arrow over one of these boxes, I can click and hold, and I can drag that down and make it fit in the little space that I want it to fit in. So there you go. I'm going to leave it at that. Bible for Beginners, reading Grace Notes with Lorrie. It's kind of a standard that I use for this series of videos. And I will hit continue. And it asks me here if I'm sure that I want to save it. And here I can have a look at it. I can compare it to some others. It brings up mostly mine that I've already made here, but there are a few others. The purpose of having a thumbnail like this is so that when you're lost in that big screen of thumbnails, you want yours to stand out from the others. So that is the point of a thumbnail. But anyway, we're going to stick with this Bible for Beginners. I'm going to click Save and Publish. And I'm on my slower computer today, obviously, since I'm in the living room. This just asks, are you sure you want to publish this thumbnail? I could cancel and go back and make changes if I wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And it'll take just a minute, and this is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and just close the thumbnail generator. And it sometimes takes a few minutes for this to update itself, so don't worry if it doesn't automatically look like it's updated. By the time you get to the publishing screen, it will be ready. So anyway, we have created a thumbnail. And some of the other stuff, I've done a lesson on the basics of setting up your YouTube and how to do your keywords and that kind of stuff. There's another video on Tubebuddy and YouTube basics back in the day. So go ahead and watch that. Anyway, we're going to pop over here to video elements. And this is where you add the end screen. So I'm just going to go ahead. This is what I do. I import it from my last video. Once, the first time you've done it, you'll hit add. And so it'll come up, and it does have a variety of different outlines here that I could pick from. So, and you can have multiple items. I think you can have 4. I'm not sure. It might be 5, but I know you can have 4 items, and I think you can also have a subscribe. Not 100% sure if you can or not. I usually, like I said, I stick to the same one most of the time. I'll just pop on that, and you can see it pops up here. I have my subscribe element. And I have a playlist here. So I'm actually going to change this playlist to my Bible for Beginners playlist, because that's where this video is going. And I will hit save. And that's it. That's your end screen. Now, when I edit videos, I don't edit the Bible or the Bible study lessons, and I'm trying to get away from editing the Techy Tuesday lessons, because it really frees up a lot of time if I don't go in and edit. But one of the other things that you can do at this point is this is where you can add your cards. Oh, here's where I was going with that. When I do edit videos, I actually add a Bible verse, and I have an end screen that says, thanks for watching, please subscribe, and gives my music credits on there. So, and that, between those two, I have that last for about 18 or 19 seconds, because that's how long, that's where the end screen sets itself up. It sets itself, like, I think it's 18 seconds in from the end of your video. So if you actually want to do an end screen and have it run on a blank screen, then not a blank screen necessarily, but something with a thank you or whatever, you have to add that when you're editing your video. You have to put that extra space there at the end, and 18 seconds is the ideal. So yeah, anyway. You can also here, you can add your cards. You know how people have those cards that flash up in the corner? Can really help keep people's attention. Again, that's super simple. You just pop in here. Here's your timeline. If you have set, like sometimes you have set it at a certain time that you want it to go in there. So I'm just going to add a video here. And we'll just go back to one of my other Bible verses. And there's my little tag here now. So you can add other tags. So when you want to go to a second one, you can add here a card. and you have an option, video, playlist, channel, or a link. I'm going to go with a video. Let's do, we'll go to my introduction for this series. And then we'll go here to the end. I like to put one on the end for sure. Since I have my Bible for Beginners in my end screen, I'm not going to put that playlist here, but I will pop in my other playlist, my everything I have created for YouTube playlist, and then I will save. And so now I have my end screens, I have my thumbnail, I have my cards at the end. I've set my monetization and ad suitability. They've run their checks, and I am now ready to publish. Now, once you're monetized, they always recommend that you run your videos unlisted for a while, at least until the checks are complete, to know whether or not they're going to monetize your video or not. I don't usually bother waiting. If they decide they want to not monetize it, you know, whatever, that's their decision. But I just hit public. And with this, I'm just going to hit publish. As you know, of course, you can schedule, you can make premieres, whatever, but I'm just going to go ahead and publish today's Bible study. Dun, da, da, da. And that's it. That's how easy it is. Let's go ahead and turn this back on. I can see that my words are still a little bit off. I don't know what goes on with that, where sometimes they're off and sometimes they're not, but I apologize for that distraction. Anyway, that's it for today's lessons. Kansas Misfit, I hope that those answer your questions. If you have any more questions, or you have questions about any of this month's lessons, or any suggestions for or ideas for upcoming lessons, make sure you come to next week's live Techie Tuesday. It'll be at, I think I'm going to go a little bit later and do it at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hopefully Stephen will be able to make it there. Let me know, Stephen, if I need to go even a little bit later. I haven't set it up yet. So, but that'll be on Tuesday. I believe it's November 2nd, and we'll have a live Q&A. And if you want to come up on panel and show me what you're struggling with, share your screen and go through some lessons that way in front of everybody, we can certainly give that a shot. Or I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. So thanks so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate every minute that you come and hang out with me. I want you to take very good care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye now.